appreciate it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what are your thoughts?
So my pre-ending report, it was expected.
Yes.
I do find it. I fancy the detail of them disappearing during the act. I do find that fancy of how they pulled that off. Do you want my entire of the entire anime itself?
Sure. Yeah. Go on.
Or okay.
Go on.
Well, one, let's start off with the basics.
Okay.
The animation and art style, beautiful.
Okay.
They did extremely well in there,
Okay.
except for the one point where the girl's hair basically freaks the hell out.
Right. Okay.
But then again, that character was running.
Right.
Which I understand I understand how really hard that is.
Okay. Yes.
Let's see. I'm just filing through my notes here.
I'm glad you did take notes. I'm glad you took notes.
Yeah. They could have done a little better.
Done better in what department?
I feel like they killed her off way too easily.
Killed her off way too easily. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah. I can see that. Yes.
Considering the fact that it was just a head trauma issue.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't think it wasn't.
That wasn't what killed
it wasn't
her.
Killed her, but to what contributes her to get to the hospital even more.
Yeah. Yeah. If
something.
I mean, we could have done anything other. Like, what else could we have done? Let's see. She could have blacked out in the middle of class or something.
Well, I remember she did black out, like during the concert thing. I remember that.
Yeah. As soon as she stepped off the stage.
Yeah.
Which I've seen that firsthand in real life. Right. So
that would make sense. I think that would be if it were like more scenes of her collapsing, I guess it'd been a much more better contributing.
Yeah.
Much more
because it's a heart failure issue. If I was correct.
Actually, we don't even know. Actually, it's not officially known, but
based off of what I can see from it, it's more of a heart failure, I believe. Because of the fact that she has at times hard time breathing, meaning her heart's not pumping enough oxygen,
right,
around the body. Then let's see what else. It was the fact that she blacks out at that moment there and can't move.
Yeah.
Almost like her heart stopped for a moment. Well, actually, no, not technically, but and then the surgery idea, which they were opening up her chest area.
Yeah.
I do think that was now, correct me if I'm wrong, but she did die during the surgery, correct?
Yeah, that was what, because if I can recall, it was
it was a 15% chance of success.
Yeah, it was if I remember the details were saying that it was that there was an alternative operation that could extend her life, because her condition rendered her that she was going to die. Okay, anyways.
Yeah,
but
she was very weak,
and she was going to die anyways. But that it would give her more time. It would give her more time.
Yeah.
It would give her more time.
It was an extension.
Yeah. But it was still a very dangerous operation that would still result in death, which it did.
Which could result in death, and
which that did happen.
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
Go on. Yeah, you say. Let's see. So then, let's see. The fact that they just move on.
Yeah. That
I find.
Especially at his age.
It's understandable.
Well, not from my perspective.
I mean, I understand the point that I think it was supposed to be a few months later.
Maybe.
You wouldn't fully move on after something like that.
Yeah.
And then the note.
The note.
That whole idea.
Yeah.
Bringing back the very beginning of the story. At the very, I think it was the second episode, where they mentioned she just made a lie up in her head or whatever it was, and that was supposedly the exact moment when it all began. I believe. I believe that's when it all began. But it's got an intriguing story.
Yes.
I would recommend it to many people.
Yes.
But of course I don't, because you're probably the only. I have like 3 people.
3 people.
That I talk
3
about
people.
this
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
And two of which are girls, so
Right.
you can understand
Right.
that.
Right.
Storyline is intriguing. They
Mm-hmm.
could have slowed it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the pacing was a bit fast?
Yeah, you only get to see her play once,
Right.
which I would have enjoyed seeing her play the violin more often.
Mm.
That would have been an intriguing idea
Yeah.
of let's see her go all out at one point for one time and then
Yeah.
kill her
Right.
one more time because we only saw it once, so we didn't get to see the full end of her skill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. The song choices were beautiful, actually. What song did you say it was? It was the Moonlight Sonata.
Moonlight. At the one who was played on piano was Moonlight.
Very beginning.
Very beginning. Don't recall, but I remember it was one of the pieces was Moonlight Sonata. I remember.
Yeah, I think that was the one that you were enjoying. Let me see. I actually made sure to go find the song that I enjoyed. I believe it's the song. Oh my God, YouTube really went and just killed a bunch of my songs.
Beautiful.
Etude Op 25 number 5. The song's called Wrong Note. That song really it moved me. That's actually whoever, when they were recording the audio for that, whoever played it was actually playing, and it was really enjoyable.
Right.
Because you can hear the person who made it like actually putting their full skill into it, and it sounds beautiful. That was the only song for me that actually meant something without storyline characters being involved.
Right.
Which I didn't think they were going to do that. I think it was all going to be pushed by character emotion. But no, surprisingly, they were able to bring songs in and involve them that were able to be entirely pushed by motive of just, it's a good song.
Right.
Unlike, God, what was the song that he played at the very end?
It probably was Moonlight Sonata, maybe. I'm not too sure.
No, I'm not sure. I don't think it was. I think it was...
It was maybe... I don't remember.
Was it Etude? No, this is the wrong one. That's... Oh, Winter Wind. I think it was.
Okay.
I think it was Winter Wind. Yeah, Winter Wind. That song was very... pushing, I guess you could say.
Pushing.
Overall, very enjoyable anime.
Okay. So what's your final score out of 10?
Like 1 out of 10?
What?
No, not like that. I mean, on a score of 1 to 10.
Oh yeah, 1 to 10. 1 to 10.
Okay. Let's say an 8.
An 8.
Character story development could have been better.
Story development.
It had a good story idea, but they could have developed it better.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That sounds about right. So overall, it's an 8 out of 10 for you.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable anime, but they really needed to.
They
didn't explain a lot until the very end.
Right. Okay.
And it just leaves you off feeling sad.
That's the point.
Yeah, it was. I understood that, but you could have left it off on a better note, literally.
I mean, I remember, if I could recall the imagery and the symbolism.
Yes, the symbolism is incredible. I love
perfect.
the idea. I love the idea that he's able to see her there just before she leaves, and how on an emotional and spiritual level you can almost see that person, and then just before they leave.
Yeah.
Which,
not to mention, I think I remember this one guy was doing a review on the intro for Your Lie in April, and
they could have done better.
But it wasn't based on like the performance of the intro, but rather of the actual symbolism invoked there. There's actually plenty of like the cat, for example.
The cat being as his feet.
Yeah, the cat also on the piano as well.
He learns to live with it.
Yeah, on the piano as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I forgot to get.
Yeah.
How the cat acts as almost an emotional boundary until he's absolutely able to live with it. And at that point, you see him almost, what was it? You see him pick it up, or what was it? It was, he just starts talking to it in a normal voice instead of being fearful whenever it arrives.
Right.
Which, I do enjoy the fact they did that, because that's showing character development, but it wasn't showing story development to the other characters.
Right.
It was showing him directly,
it's
not the others.
him progressing like as an individual.
Yeah, him only.
Right.
But it didn't show the other characters developing.
Right. And then I remember this. Gosh. Because there's a lot of because there's also because it uses a lot of let's go back to the cat for example.
Yes.
There are two sides, the western side and the eastern side. Now, and on the western side, it would make sense as a black cat would mean bad luck. Essentially, it's bad
Yes.
luck, and
But
now
in
and
this, it
that
means fear.
that as well. But like in usual, like in and for the sake of discussion, Japanese culture, cats are, especially black cats, are also seen as good luck. Actually,
Really?
yeah, they actually are,
Hmm.
from what I recall.
So they were using more of a Western push there, possibly.
Yeah, that's what it was being used for.
Hmm.
Because like everyone else, like yeah, he's like really good at the piano. Or, like he's really good at piano.
They see him as a good
Yeah,
pianist, not as
not
a
as a good
person.
pianist, not as a
Like,
person. Yeah.
like what was one of the first nicknames they gave him? The human. God, what is the thing called? I was in chorus for 3 years. How did I forget the name of it? What keeps the tempo?
uh, yeah,
Metronome.
right. Um,
They called him the human metronome. They didn't see him as a human. They saw him as this.
that's like, as the instrument itself, essentially, as
Yeah,
a component.
yeah.
Um,
Because his mother never really let him rest. He can just continuously. Oh, you know what?
yeah.
I do like the fact that they brought in the teacher.
Mm,
That she was a good initial push. That
mm,
could have come in earlier.
right,
Because that was almost a motherly figure that could help push the story along.
right, right. All right. Well, that's a good discussion. That went on for nearly 12 minutes. We'll go ahead and